Alright, and here we are. We're finally here, the last run of the marathon. Thank you everyone for staying so far, but this last one is going to be a good one. We're going to be watching Wed do SRT 3 117. Be sure to stick around afterwards for our outro, and best of luck to the runner.
Thank you very much, Tuber. Hey everyone, hope your weekend's been alright. Just want to let you know, I've been a little under the weather over the last few hours. I've been making sure that I'm getting back in shape just for you guys. So, without further ado, would you like to count it down, emotional support?
Alright, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And yeah, whilst he's been under the weather, I've been giving him emotional support before the run, so hopefully he is all hyped up and ready to deliver a mouth-watering presentation. SRT 3.
Mouth-watering. That's a phrase for it. Thanks for the good luck, everyone.
Hello, Nitrosky.
All right, so welcome to Spyro Reignited Trilogy, Spyro 3 Any Percent, where we will be
Any percent?
any percent plus more things. This is going to be a long one.
So this is actually any percent 2. We're going for the second ending.
This is any percent 2. We are going for the second ending. Sadly, that ending requires me to 100% the entire game.
Which we will be doing over the course of not 4 hours.
Hopefully I mean, if it goes really well, I can do it in under 3.5. Meanwhile, you might have seen there, Spyro just kind of yeeted up into space. I have no idea why that happened. This game is fantastic at times and terrible at other times.
So yeah,
So
we're now into the first level, which is Sunny Villa.
Since we don't have the side characters necessary, there are going to be a few levels that we're not grabbing everything in. This being, funny enough, the first level, the first one that we aren't able to complete entirely. Also, ironically, we are grabbing exactly half of everything in this level. We're grabbing 200 gems and 3 eggs. Somehow the route turned out that way. I don't know how, but it's nice.
It's beautiful.
Nice. Easy to keep track of. Coming up here, though, we got skateboarding. I'm probably going to try to concentrate during this because these routes are very annoying.
And yeah, the skateboarding in this game is very finicky. It's quite rough on the edges. It's very much unfinished, the skateboarding. So he'll be trying to do routes which test it a little bit.
Thanks for the good luck, Cam.
As you can see, doing a double kill there on the 2 half pipes. Made a lot easier in this game than it is in the OG games, because in this game you actually get launched a lot higher off of ramps, but you don't have as much momentum.
Nice, okay. That was probably one of the things I was most scared about. The jump is really irritating at times.
Yeah.
Yes, this is current patch. Also, this route seems to make it so these 2 lizards right here just kind of spawn right at the end. It's a very convenient route. Happy it does that. Nice, we have the other hard part of this, which I was practicing a bunch.
So this is the second skateboarding.
Nice.
We're not allowed to crash out. We have a time limit now. And we do a slightly different route for this one since we don't have as many gems to collect. And we're pretty much prioritizing the lizards over anything else.
That's not how that was supposed to turn out. Every once in a while, you will just stick to the ground while going off of that orange ramp there. So I was hoping for that to happen. Safe to say it did not.
but worked out alright in the end. Good
Yeah,
recovery.
fine.
Now going through the tunnel to grab 2 more lizards and then heading back up to near the start as we
I've
go
just
to
got-
the side area.
Just got 2 more lizards left to grab, and then we will be making our exit.
Yeah,
You
that
guys
went really well.
enjoyed. Yeah, this was a very good segment. Very easy to go wrong.
Mm.
Yeah, that was like a 10-second best seg. We're off to a good start.
Despite the fact that he called this any percent, this is going smoothly.
Hey, the gameplay is going fine. It's either going to be the gameplay or it's going to be the commentary. That's how it usually works. Just gotta make sure to grab some stuff on the way to Cloud Spires here.
Yeah.
Something about this game in particular is that you have to talk to Hunter to actually get him to move, unlike the original game. So I had to sit and talk to him there for a moment and take a little bit longer on the platform to make sure that he ended up actually going to the next, or so he ends up going to the next platform when I exit this level. Right there was actually the first instance of a wall glide in this. You'll be seeing a few of them throughout this run. One in particular coming up at the end of this level that is particularly scary.
Yeah, this level is another very high reset point. If Sunnyville skateboarding
crap.
isn't one, this one is about as much of one as that skateboarding area.
Somehow I don't really have too many problems with this one. Skateboarding can be a massive pain. Oh, nice. Nice talk range.
Thank you for that, Cumulus. Or Cumulus.
So, there are 2 different routes that I could go for here. I'm doing the safe route because the other one, I've never actually been able to perform RTA. I know it's possible based off of like the basic movement of this though. The route being Toivo seeds, which is what's done in the original game.
Yeah, what
Instead,
he's
I'm just
pretty
doing
much
old route.
Yeah, it's the older version of Sunseeds before Toivo was found in the original games. However, it does have a small change with the 3rd seed. Just grabs a few more things during that compared to the old original route, which used to have no gems to collect on the 3rd seed.
Just going to be grabbing this gem here because it's slightly out of the way. And we'll be heading up to Bell Towers. Now, the Bell Towers route overall is very similar to OG. So shoutouts to Drash for the newest route of this Bell Towers area from the original game. I don't know how much faster it is than what was done before. I believe it's like less than a second though. Honestly, it just kind of reworks a little bit of the order of it.
Yeah, for small areas, just a little bit of reworking makes a lot of difference.
Try to jump at the right time there. So throughout this run, something that you'll see me dealing with is something I like to call egg movement, which is the particular movement in this game after you end up grabbing an egg. Now the special thing about that is most of the time the movement in this game is based off of your camera. Once you grab an egg, it's not based off of your camera. Instead, it's based off of the position that Spyro is facing while the egg is hatching, which can create some very irritating movement to figure out, but very satisfying once you get it down. So if you see me kind of like screw up some movement a little bit while I'm trying to deal with an egg, or like right after getting an egg, if I move around kind of wiggly and stuff, it's because I'm trying to figure out what direction I need to move. That egg right there can be particularly finicky. Luckily, it wasn't a pain. Decided that I would jump on the egg to give it a little bit of a coax to open, and it actually seemed to work out. Oh, nice, that 2-gem grab.
Now coming up to the sort of back areas and the top side area of this level, around to the final egg, and then from there is the aforementioned wall glide.
People might have noticed that I didn't talk to Moneybags in this level. That's because we are going to be grabbing the gems like this.
Yeah, that was
Good
very
stuff.
good. And finishing up the level somewhere in the middle.
There's just a little bit of invisible flooring that you're able to stand on there, and it's very convenient that it exists.
Next up, we're going to finish off the glide training with Hunter, go through the cave, and then start playing as our first side character.
Just got to see if I can get this 1 cycle here. Well, I guess it's a 2 cycle. It's gonna be pretty tight. Shoot. That was very close.
Yeah.
I'm gonna blame it on the hover that happened when I entered the gate. I should have just let the super fly power up go out.
And now into Sheila's Alp.
So welcome to the first side character, slow, cumbersome kangaroo
With a wig.
with a wig. There's a little bit of optimization kind of stuff in this, or with this character at least, though. Something I like to call kick jumping, in which you jump and kick at the same time. Surprise, surprise. And doing so allows you to maintain a little bit more speed while you're in the air. Typically when you jump as Sheila, you end up losing quite a bit of speed. But instead, if you kick at the same time as starting the jump, you end up keeping generally the same movement speed as walking. Just creating a little bit of... It's just some small optimizations here and there. I enter the water there for a similar reason with momentum. Jumping out of water specifically with Sheila ends up giving you more speed than even if you were kick jumping, really.
Yeah, it's one of these strange changes that this game introduced. The momentum that Sheila just has out of water is just crazy, generally.
Nice. Sometimes I'm able to kick that moose and get hit by him at the same time. So, good thing that didn't happen.
Yeah. And now
The
destroying
hitboxes... The hitboxes on these mushroom houses is pretty solid. Exists. It's pretty accurate to the original in terms of some of the stuff, though, so I have no complaints.
You've missed a Rhinoc.
I did miss a Rhinoc. That's,
And
instinct.
also, here is one of the rare examples of a gem that doesn't home.
Yep, that one gem back in the corner by the tree right there. You have to actually walk onto it, otherwise Sparks is just not gonna pick it up. There's gonna be a few more every once in a while. Might point them out. You might just see them anyway, without me pointing them out.
Yeah, it's probably going to be quite obvious when we're just running into them for no reason. And then finishing up Sheila in the cave after the end of the level. So quite a linear level, Sheila,
Yeah.
compared to Cloud Spires.
So from here, we're going to be grabbing all the gems down this pathway, and we'll be going into Seashell Shore, making a slightly different route than what's usually done in the 100% speedruns for this. This is purely for the fact that you have to go behind Molten Crater anyway. So either way, it's just like a small bit of overworld movement overall.
So yeah, just clearing out the lake, and then just conveniently there for Seashell, we have the right amount of eggs for Seashell.
So Seashell is the first level that we'll be visiting, or that we'll be doing a revisit on, and like completely finishing the level. We do a revisit here specifically for one reason, and that is to warp here to get closer to Crawdad Farm quicker. Since we want our main goal right now is to get to Crawdad Farm as quick as possible while still 100%ing most of these levels along the way.
Yeah. And you'll be seeing that Wed will get a lot of stuff in this level. He's pretty much going to be 100%ing it on the first pass. However, he's going to leave just a few things behind near the start. It's a lot more convenient just to have them there.
Yep, I'm going to be missing 12 gems, three bottles right at the beginning, as well as a few gems in the hallway past the end of the level. And I'll just be grabbing those on a revisit. That guy is right there. Just kind of manipulate him a little bit to start moving. Now, there are a couple enemies that pop up inside of this room upcoming here, and I want to try to avoid hitting them at the same time. Because if you hit them at the same time, it makes it so only one of their gems spawns when you kill them. And you have to death abuse to fix it. Coming up here, we're going to be doing a pretty quick hover to get up to Sheila's section a little faster.
Yeah, and this is something that you'll see quite a lot in the run.
What? What just... Okay.
Hey, you hit
That was cool.
everything about that was just confusion. So you've hit the barrel out of the guy's hand, killed him in the process, and then you got hit by a seashell guy.
Even though I was
across
charging.
Yeah. But anyway, into our first side character side area. Sheila and the Sand Castle.
Screwed up my kick jump there. I got the double. At least got the double basket. I'm going to have to be worrying about sparks a little bit more here, though. I want to make sure, just for like safety reasons, that I have plenty of sparks for upcoming things. Molten Crater can be a little scary, as well as Bluto. So I want to make sure that I have gold sparks going into those. At least into Bluto.
Yeah. Bluto can be extremely awkward if you're not really experienced at his fight.
Bluto is... Well, in the original game, Bluto is entirely consistent. This game, As far as I know, he is actually random how he ends up reacting, which requires you to be a bit more on the fly and hope that he starts hunting towards boxes. That's not a big deal. He's just gonna be like right here.
Yeah,
We're grabbing it now.
comes right where you are. Following a lot of like the old original trilogy route here. Just
Yep.
going out the bottom section. Potentially missed the vase in that cave.
I heard it hit.
Alright,
I thought so as well, but I heard 4 breaks.
yeah.
So I'll be missing those gems in that hallway back there. And I do have everything. I want to be getting up to Bluto and entering Bluto's area with 1337 minus 1 gem. That's just how I remember it.
And now time for the wind tunnel. And something about the swimming in this game, it's quite drifty. So this challenge actually becomes a lot harder. You have to turn a lot earlier than you really think you
Oh,
need to.
goodness.
And also avoid the bombs. But once you've got it down, then you can do it quite consistently.
Alright, Bluto, give me your best shot. Gonna try to go for an early hit here. And he did the movement where he just goes under. Good.
So yeah, Wed's just gonna stockpile on a whole bunch of missiles and then just completely destroy Bluto as he goes for some ammo. This is a very good pattern.
Yeah, he's behaving pretty well. Please don't go under. Okay, we're good.
Yeah, he just decided he needed ammo.
That was a pretty decent fight, actually, overall.
Yeah.
I was fine with him going under. I needed to grab a bunch of torpedoes anyway. Coming up here, we have a very annoying bottle that I'm probably going to miss because the charge at is completely blind due to how reflective this water is. Nice, I got it.
Easy. Every time.
I have absolutely no visual cue for that, so it sucks.
Yeah, it's hard to have a visual cue for something like that.
Yeah, I thought I saw a gem and I realized, oh wait, I have everything.
Yeah, so that completes our first visit to Seashell.
Mm-hmm.
Now off to Mushroom Spoodway.
Mushroom Spoodway. I'm going to be grabbing the stuff on the left side here, leaving that basket for later. And one nice thing about this game that I didn't really think about right away is you're able to hit retry on first goes of like the time trial and stuff, allowing you to talk to Sparks one less time than if you would in Spyro, in like OG.
Yeah.
So it allows for a bit faster menuing. Just kind of convenient.
Because what you would normally do, especially in version 1.0 of the original game, you would end up doing the time attack and then racing the butterflies before doing the hunter challenge, because then you can get an earlier pause and exit for the level. Meanwhile, in this game, you can just do the time attack, then hunter, and then race, and then you can just leave.
Alright, so this hunter challenge can go fairly bad sometimes. a lot of precise movement in it. Luckily, this seems to have gone pretty bad. Wait, what? What?
Oh. Ladies and gentlemen,
Add to that, never seen that before counter, real quick.
they traded kills. Well done, Wed.
That should not have counted. That should not have counted. Why did that work?
Either way, it worked, so let's not complain.
Never mind, we're on good track for this level again.
To all speedrunners, if the game gives you something, take it. Do not question it.
Okay, hand emoji.
Smiley face.
Hello and welcome to going around in a figure 8 3 times. You'll be seeing me go around in a figure 8 a few times in a few different speedways, and it's always boring. So now's a good time for donations.
I was just about to say that.
And shout outs to my sponsors, emotional support.
Emotional support. Now only $3.99 a month. That's a 25% increase. Hold your applause. If you know.
No, seriously, hold the applause. It's distracting. All right, not a terrible race. Not anything special. Good Mushroom Speedway.
Yeah.
I can take that.
You better take it after what the game gave you.
Fine, I'll take it. Got cleanup for Sunrise Spring next. Then we'll be making our way to fight the good old Bubba Zebas. After Molten Crater, of course. You can't forget Molten Crater.
Yes.
Blink and you miss it, though.
So Molten Crater is another level that we're not going to be 100%ing. Get used to this.
We're actually only going to be grabbing 2 eggs and grabbing everything in like this outside area, and that's about it.
Yeah, this is...
As well as the key chest. Just very limited. Saving the thieves section for later. Not you later, but...
That was bad.
Yeah, it was horrible. Thank you for noting. Some kind of weird movement around here just due to how enemies are placed. Overall, it didn't seem too bad though.
Yeah. Overall, the first visit is an extremely simple one. We're just going through the main progression and just cleaning up a few things which are going to be out of the way later on.
Nice auto hover. Lack thereof, more of. For those of you that have not played Reignited Trilogy, there's this interesting thing where the game will automatically hover you to get up onto a ledge at times, if you're close enough to making it in the first place. Sadly, the game decided it wasn't worth it that time, for me. But it's okay, I have more chances later.
And now it's time to not get warped to Buzz.
Yep, I want to make sure that I glide outside of... is this one Rocky? It might be Rocky, it might be Stony, I don't even remember their names, really.
Who knows?
I want to make sure that I'm avoiding him, though, so I can grab these gems.
And then clearing out this room, and then we've got booze.
We do technically have ways to get into Sergeant Bird's portal, but they involve level storage from the other game, or from Spyro 2.
And you did make sure to delay your menu a little bit there, Wed.
I did. If you spam through that menu and do it as fast as possible, you actually cannot skip that cutscene.
Finished game.
Welcome to Buzz. Buzz is a boss fight.
Yeah, it's just a lot of bonking into him, staying near the edge, getting to stop Buzz stalling, and then win.
I'm gonna have to go on my way to get some health. Hopefully, bad RNG doesn't happen, or whatever the like, of Sheila being in exactly the wrong place. Oh, hey! She almost was! She's in exactly the wrong place. She can help Buzz in pivoting to get closer to me and make it a lot easier for me to die. Oh, hey, that was the wrong direction. That's good.
So we're just gonna try and make this work.
Yep, we're just kind of live playing this now. Playing this by ear. Ah. Okay, it went fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. We're good.
Easy.
It was a little unfortunate, but that's not a huge deal. Right,
Now
so
time to go to Midday Gardens.
something kind of dumb about this game compared to the original. The original, you could just immediately grab the egg and then leave to go back to Sunrise Spring to be able to just go directly to Crawdad and be able to instantly be able to go back to Midday Gardens. But instead, in this game, to be able to go back to Midday Gardens, you need to have set foot in Midday Gardens.
Yeah. So welcome to Midday Gardens. Thank you for visiting Midday Gardens.
I kind of forgot what I was doing in my movement for a second. My menuing.
So we're gonna do our
So-
first revisit.
Yeah, welcome back to Seashell Shore, guys. Just gonna grab a few gems. Make sure to say goodbye to Seashell Shore.
And goodbye, Seashell Shore.
I forgot to do the menuing again. There's supposed to be some menuing that I'm doing here. I'm just going to do it upon, like, entering Crawdad, I guess.
Yeah.
Like I always do. That red gem right there has a very weird range. Alright. So, what we're doing here is we are switching to 60 frames per second. You might be wondering why I'm doing that. That is because in Sparks areas in particular, you deal damage faster in 60 FPS. So stuff like the green butterfly, like machine gun style attack, you shoot out a pellet every frame that the game is going on. So the higher your frame rate, the better and more damage you do.
Yeah, you're
You must
gonna be
try-
doing 60 shots a second.
Yep, it's FPS tied. Other than that, the route for this is pretty... Actually, I think it's exactly the same to the original.
Yeah. There isn't much that can be done here in both original and reignited. So we're going for it nice and simple.
Nice thing is, due to the charging damage, I can just charge straight through the spawner boxes, and it wastes like no time. And another thing is that the gems that spawn out of those spawner boxes spawn immediately, unlike in the original game. So it takes far less time. You don't need to wait around to grab the gem. It's just good to go. Grabbing invincibility here since there's a lot of enemies. Don't really want to deal with that.
And this invincibility lasts quite a while, and it allows us to destroy a lot of more populated areas.
So in a little bit, you'll see the reason why I want this power up. Like why I truly would want this power up. Coming up is the boss. I don't know if he has I don't think he has a particular name. It's just a crawdad.
Yeah, it's just a crawdad king. That's
Yeah.
pretty much it.
And there he goes.
And yeah, he's dead now.
Ah! I was on the options menu. The way menus work in this game is it ends up saving what you were previously paused on. So you might see me every once in a while accidentally go into the options menu.
Nice work.
And that is our first visit to Sunrise Spring.
Yep, we will be seeing Sunrise Spring again eventually.
Yeah, well, whenever we decide it's a good idea to.
I actually skipped Bianca's sex trigger there. Something that doesn't really matter in this category because I need to grab the other vase anyway. So welcome to Sunrise Spring, the second set of levels in this game.
Sunrise
We
Spring.
will... Sunrise Spring 2.
Electric
Welcome to
Boogaloo.
Midday Gardens, everyone. We'll be starting off by going to Icy Peak, which has some kind of interesting strats to it. It's got a couple of things.
Yeah.
Some more egg movement there. Didn't really go as planned. That didn't go as planned either. That was a wall. So we gotta wait around here for this guy to get off of the cannon. So I'm just going to take the time, kill some enemies. Make sure that I'm staying as far away from the cannon as possible. Because this thing can poke your eye out. Actually, it just launches you straight off the map, but, you know.
For whatever reason, Doug just likes to spin the cannon around. Also,
Okay, that
a
was
weird
decent.
thing you can do with this cannon is that if you have multiple inputs of either left or right, whether that be D-pad and analog, D-pad and keyboard,
Or all three.
yeah, the cannon will go and turn just faster every time.
Yeah, the more the same input you're pressing, the faster the cannon goes. Also, no, Icy Peak jump is not possible in this game. There's a vertical death wall that stops you from doing it. Oh shoot.
But
Get down there. Okay. It could have been really bad since I only have green sparks right now. Yes, that gem was just sitting on top of another gem. Going to be putting this rocket here to go get that later.
yeah, we don't need to worry about the strong chest until the end of the level. Meanwhile, we're now gonna blow up even more things using the cannon.
Alright. Can actually blow up these ice walls using TNTs as well. Even the these Rhinox, their snowball shots actually break through the ice walls. I'm not going to be showing that off, but it actually does work.
Yeah, which makes no sense. But welcome to SRT.
Good.
So that gem decided it didn't want to home in.
That was one of the TNT gems.
Yeah.
TNT gems don't home in. They just don't.
And the last necessary cannon in...
No.
Oh no, wait.
Got one more.
That's the last. I forget how many cannons there are in this level. There's way too many.
Birds are hard.
Yeah. The birds are definitely a lot easier in the original game. And now time for some ice skating.
In this, we get to make sure Nancy doesn't get absolutely obliterated by all these hockey people. Hockey people,
Annihilated.
hockey players. Hockey people.
People players. People who play hockey. Hockeyers. There we go.
Where the original has a fixed camera for this version of the game actually has a free camera, allowing you to search around to see where they're coming from, which honestly I don't like. It heavily disorients me.
And also a little thing to note is that this camera's a little bit higher up than normal.
Now it's not.
Oh, wait, is it not here?
The camera?
Oh. God damn it.
Got more gems that don't home in right here. We'll worry about those guys in a bit. We got a wall glide to do in a moment. Good, first try. We're also going to be doing some thief manipulation coming up here. Going to go down towards this yellow thief to get him to start moving. And we'll immediately go over to this red thief. First, we want to make sure we get the strong chest, so we're going to grab that. And now we need to make sure to go get that yellow thief. Luckily, the AI in this game is hilarious, so he'll just run directly into me.
And now you get to see a lot of bonking into stairs.
So I actually need to destroy that ice crystal right there, because it blocks like the entire floor here. But I don't need the whirlwind, so I'm not using that. Nice. Didn't miss anything.
That's a nice feeling to have about this level.
Hopefully I can say the same about the next level, because next up is Sergeant Bird. We actually have a pretty interesting route for Midday Gardens overall, You take like an inner crescent, and then you take an outer crescent on the way back. Purely because of the strong chest that's sitting back there. Oops. Gotta go this way. So we'll be returning back. That's when we'll be doing Enchanted Towers.
But for now, a penguin and rockets that decide that arcing unrealistically is the way to go.
Yeah, you don't need to really aim at anything when you're Sergeant Bird. Usually it just kind of hits a target. Even if it's the target you didn't want it to hit, it'll hit it. It'll pass with flying colors.
So if you're in a populated area, especially in this level, just fire a whole bunch of rockets, see what happens. You'll probably have a whole bunch of gems just lying around.
Oh shoot, I actually want to go back up here. I have a bottle I need to break. I usually try to make sure I shoot it before getting the egg, but apparently timing was a bit off.
And again, with
Thank
all
you,
the
Sparks.
auto aiming, he's trying to hit stuff, but the rockets just decide to go elsewhere.
Yeah, they decide that something else is more important to home into. Alright, so we're going to be going out of our way to make sure that we're hitting this guy as late as we possibly can. He starts the bird at the end of the level to get over to the end, so we just want to make sure to get the bird cage real quick. Apparently that 5 gem didn't home in. I'm kind of surprised about that.
Yeah, gems homing in is actually kind of weird, because you sort of need to be on the ground for them to home in. But because you're Sergeant Bird, you like to be in the air. So you're a little bit fighting the game.
I'm just going to blow up a few things here, so I don't have to worry about it in a moment. So for anyone that's seen the original game, this is actually a pretty similar route to the original. Actually, it's pretty much identical. Surprise 10 gems coming up in just a second. There we go. I don't know why they do that. A small thing with this, with Sergeant Bird, is you want to make sure that you're walking off of ledges and not jumping off. Because if you walk off of something, you fall much faster. Because the game doesn't consider you as flying at that point. So whenever you can, if you can remember, usually just walking off of a ledge is much quicker. Hello. Excuse me, game. Thank you very much. Have a good day, sir.
Again, gems being gems.
Now, I want to make sure I'm not getting hit by anything on the way back here. So luckily, pretty much all the enemies are gone. So I don't need to worry about that. But if I end up taking 1 damage, I would drop all of these bombs. I need 3 of them.
And also because he's now holding the bombs, he's actually always flying, so if he's on the ground, he's moving extremely quickly because of that.
Usually I like to actually be standing on the ground though. It's a lot better in terms of control. What? Did that just go through the basket? Nice. Ah, cutscene. So for anyone wondering, oh man, when's Wed going to play in 30 FPS again? I want to see that. First of all, why? Second of all, after Bamboo Terrace. So due to the fact of there not really being any out of bounds in this level, we're going to have quite a different route from the original game. Oh, is it only running 30 FPS? That's neat. Shame you don't get to see all of this glory. So yeah, we gotta go out of our way to make sure that we end up lighting up these candles to fight Sleepyhead.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, like in the original game, you just go out of bounds, fly directly to him. Me grabbing that egg for the end of the level in a moment. Hey, what are you doing over there? Come here. Thank you. So yeah, we'll be making our way backwards through the level again to grab everything else. So the bombs in this challenge are actually very annoying to hit. You have to hit them at pretty precise angles, otherwise the bomb is just going to fly off in pretty much every direction that you wouldn't want it to.
Yeah, the bombs are a little bit too precise.
I'm also jumping to make sure that I'm not underneath them, because if I go completely underneath the bomb, they can shoot off into space and basically go through that building up there. That's how high and far away they go. That was a decent fight.
Yeah, nice and simple when it goes well. And now it's time for blind guys.
We do not have a one cycle in this like we do in original,
Yeah.
but we do have some stuff that we can do ahead of time. We can actually do most of it.
So one of the cool things about this side area is that these boulders don't respawn. Once you break them, they're gone. You don't have to worry about them. So if he destroys a load of boulders in the first one, that gives him a lot more time in the second part of this minigame to go and grab gems and also just spin around in circles if he wishes to.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that though.
No.
Nice. I wanted to be able to get back to that vase. So now we'll be going out of our way to grab a little bit more of the stuff in the back.
Unfortunately, we won't be able to do a full clear of the other cave system.
Nope.
But he'll at least be able to destroy the 2 head bash chests, so their gems are readily available.
No, I actually end up grabbing all of them because Sparks is OP.
Yeah, because we did Crawdad farm a lot earlier, or a bit earlier. Sparks' range also increased, so he's not as useless. But he can still be kind of useless.
Now we just gotta grab what's left back here.
And then a bit of main area movement to clean up everything that was left behind. Stuff like, well, there's 2 eggs left to grab, there's also a key for a locked chest, and just a couple of areas that were just a little bit blanked over.
I actually waited there instead of doing some egg movement because I don't trust myself off of that.
Yeah.
If I missed that, I would have lost a lot of time.
Yeah, the trees are very awkward. It's difficult going from one to another. Thanks, game. Picking up the last egg, and we'll then be finishing up on the locked chest. Hopefully.
Yep. Funny thing, that red gem place right there is usually in the strong chest in the original game. I don't know why they took it out. So we're going to be setting up here for a little trick. Going to be abusing the way some of the movement works in this game, or like some of the way like stuff spawns in this game, to teleport back over to Bamboo.
So in the original game, these pots would spawn the egg in the last one that you destroy. In this game, it puts you to a fixed spot outside of Bamboo Terrace. It just teleports you there, give you a map, and then because it puts you right outside Bamboo Terrace, it's actually really convenient because we want to be going there now.
So Bamboo Terrace is one of the other major levels that we won't be grabbing everything in. So I'm just going to grab like a pretty select path of stuff, and then we'll be heading out.
Yeah, in a revisit he will be doing a mystery jar, so he's going to be following that around. So he wants to just be collecting stuff that isn't really convenient for the mystery jar.
I mentioned before that AI is good in this game. Thief AI is especially made well. You'll get to see that right here.
Yeah, this thief isn't much brighter than the one in Ice Peak. That one just jumps right in front of you.
Oh, right. I said I was going to do this. I want this for a couple of jumps. That's one of those jumps. That jump's a lot easier on 30. Then we'll be going for one more inside of Enchanted Towers.
So one of the weird things about this game and about SRT in general is that your jump height is linked to your FPS. So the lower the FPS, the higher a jump or hover you get. So by playing on 30, Wed's going to be able to get slightly higher jumps and higher hovers, which makes him able to do a lot more, well, just higher jumps in general, and also make things a lot easier in terms of tricky platforming.
So in particular, we're going to use it for not this jump, but the next jump.
So they made that jump a lot easier. In the original, you'd have to jump off of the bridge, sort of sides. But in this
My
one,
brain is not working.
scenery.
I keep going much further than I need to.
Yeah. That's another thing about this level, you can easily get lost in what you're doing. There's a lot of options, which can be quite annoying.
Now here's an area that we had to actually completely work on routing for the first time.
Yeah. So there's something quite special about the second minigame here. First one, obviously, is always just the boring, here's the skateboarding tutorial, even though you've done a bit of skateboarding before. But the second challenge in this area is actually a lot different than the original. In the original, you would have to wait all 2 minutes of the sort of one-on-one challenge for points against Hunter. In this game, you can just get the amount of points you need, give up, and then you get the egg. So what we had to pretty much route was all of the gems in this area, as well as getting enough points through tricks, and just grabbing gems efficiently. So there's the half-pipe loop.
Oh, that's cool. The gem's still up there.
Oh,
I think it is. I didn't hear it come down. There it is.
yeah, there we go.
So we already have more than enough gems to beat Hunter. We just need to grab the rest of the gems.
Yeah.
What?
Well, that's not how skateboarding works. But thank you for the two-wheeled moment there.
Oh, nice. That jump can be a little finicky, so
Yeah.
thank goodness it decided not to be a big pain.
Yeah, now that we've got all the gems, we can give up, get Alex, and leave. Except there was that one gem.
Yeah, I thought I missed that one.
And next up, a wolf.
Farley!
You found Farley!
So you can't do any skips in this.
Yeah, you've pretty much just gotta force the wolf around, let him stand on buttons, and you just have to do stuff the intended way.
That hammer actually whipped up the 5 gem into the air.
Good job, game.
Physics works sometimes.
There we go, he's got to split the ball across the gap, stand on the button. then then he needs to retrieve the ball again to do this little bit of puzzle. And then the rest is just clearing up some gems, one last enemy, and then whilst he's waiting for Fari to get into the position for the minigame to end, he's just going to grab a few gems that he left behind at the start.
Oh well. I like to try to get a bunch of those guys out of the way early because they can be a little bit irritating to hit with the rockets.
Yeah, because the rockets are very sort of erratic in where they'll go. You've kind of got to convince them.
Yeah. This guy should be around here somewhere. Yep. There.
Yeah, we're pretty much just going to be clearing the rest of this level up with Sergeant Bird flying around. To the insides of the buildings are yet to be cleared, but just a quick barrage of Sergeant Bird's missiles, and they kind of get cleared in a very speedy fashion.
This guy's not in a good cycle yet, so I'm just gonna have to do this real quick. Come on. There we go.
Yeah, just needed one rocket to aim up for that guy. He's one of the more annoying of these ghastly like enemies. And then coming up to the last bone. That's pretty much what the majority of this main area of the route comes down to, is the bones. You have to go all around the level for it.
Just gonna hit up there.
But with all that done, we can leave Enchanted Towers and continue onward to Spike.
I'll try to move slightly out of the way of Hunter here. You only talk to Jasper. Now we're gonna set up something goofy here. Everyone, say goodbye to Spyro. He's going on a trip. Goodbye.
We don't need him. And Sugar Frosted, I think it's better if we did skip the bone dance.
Yeah, in this game, yeah, we want to skip it. So I actually set up like a text storage there. It's not really actually useful for anything in runs. It's just that it doesn't really lose any time, so I wanted to show it off.
Yeah, just a bit of fun for this run. So, welcome to Spike. First phase is the hardest.
Yep.
Not because Spike is difficult, it's just the rocks.
Yeah, the rocks are the hardest boss in this game.
And also, this is the easy mode Spike. He's got 6 hits, he does 1 shot on the first phase, 2 shots on the second, 3 shots on the third. Compared to if you saw either the 100 egg or 117% run from this Spyrothon, you would have seen that Spike had more health, did 2 shots on phase 1, 3 on phase 2, and 4 on phase 3.
Now we're actually going to be doing something kind of special here. We're going to be waiting for Sergeant Bird to drop one last power up so that we can grab it in just a moment.
So, Spike is now dead, and we're going to go quickly grab that power up.
Now, the reason why we want this power up is that, or why we wanted to grab it now, is because it actually ends up storing the power up for me until certain triggers get made, such as like specific cutscenes or entering side characters and stuff like that. So I now have that spiky, like the purple power up. And what it has is it has the properties of flame, but you can shoot it like a projectile, and it has a massive blast radius. So I'm going to use it for a couple things in Charmed Ridge coming up.
Yeah, it doesn't have much use in this run, but it has enough use in Charmed Ridge to make it worthwhile. And also you can use this underwater to destroy the underwater vases because they can be destroyed by flame.
I really need to use the bathroom. I can't hold this.
Meanwhile, we'll have a toilet break.
Spyro, we urgently need your help. The evil cat wizards of Felenia have stormed our castle and captured our
So maybe we should
princess.
hand it off to our
If we don't
sponsor.
stop them right away, they'll force her to marry Prince Azrael.
Why don't we hand it off to our sponsor, John Smith's Bitter, for every commentator's needs.
Sorry, I've been drinking copious amounts of water to stay hydrated, to make sure I didn't have a headache. So, yeah.
You okay there, bub?
I'm fine now. I feel so much better. I was having difficulty concentrating.
It's okay,
Right, so-
everybody goes through the motions.
I need a power up actually. So part of the reason why I wanted to grab this was due to the range to be able to actually hit that power up right there. Where is this? Oh, I've been taking it slow at this point with the water. I just had a lot earlier. I went twice before the run. It's just, man.
Yeah, these things happen, especially in a longer run. This is why
We're going to explode that. We're going to actually worry about it later.
Yeah. So one of the things with the Spike power-up crossover, the Fireball power-up isn't actually useful.
No, it doesn't
Anyway.
change anything.
Except for, well, yeah, it just doesn't change anything. It's nullified by the effects, and you can also see the range that these shots have. He isn't really aiming towards anything, he just hits them. It just helps get rid of some of the more annoying enemies.
I just
My brain stopped working.
Go
Okay, so
the
we're gonna set that
mushrooms.
down to the side. There you grab that.
We're totally doing mushrooms the intended way.
Oh, I've lost the effect now. I said that you lose it at side areas. I actually did this differently than I was meaning to, which isn't a huge deal. I just don't get to show off something kind of goofy. Yep. So I no longer have it. So I've actually been skipping a lot of what you would consider the puzzle of this, just because hovering in this game is very overpowered. The effect was that I was shooting these slow fireballs that had very big blast radius. Double head bash.
A very, very good strat. The 2 bottles, 2 others.
Yep, I got you. Give me a moment.
I've seen him miss those before.
Yep.
He sometimes gets too hyped up about double headback.
Yeah, I always just forget those vases. How did I not get hit there?
God gamer.
So we're going to be grabbing half of these gems right now from the bottles. We'll be grabbing the other half after I finish up the level.
This level also features a mystery jar which affects a lot of the routing. That mystery jar goes from near the end of the level straight to the start. Firstly, more Sergeant Bird.
And now you guys get to truly embrace the homing capabilities of these shots.
So yeah, the cats are sort of dying.
I apparently hit a window there.
Oh. These rockets just like to go anywhere and everywhere.
Oh my goodness. Well, this cat wizard.
This cat wizard wants a bit more screen time than the others. And then, once again, just firing all the rockets in the world and just hoping and praying that they hit all their targets, which they seem to be doing.
This is actually pretty bad compared to usual for me.
Yeah, missing 4 in total.
It's actually really a shame that I had to go that badly because I was actually over 2 minutes ahead. I was in pain though.
Yeah, it happens to all the best runners.
So hopefully I'm still ahead after this. Hopefully we can still get a hot world record where I had to take a bathroom break.
Just gotta believe. So now that we've got the fireball power up, it's actually going to do something for us.
Except it gets taken away by cutscenes. So we're just using it for that. Yes, this is, at least it was. I don't know if it still is. I don't know how much time I lost in this level so far.
And before you still save time.
No, I'm already losing time.
Yeah, we're now making our way back to the start of the level, following this mystery jar, collecting up a few scraps that we've left behind. There is a wizard here which doesn't contain a gem, so whether Wed leaves him alive or kills him depends on the weather.
I never really kill him. I'm still ahead. I went from minus 219 to minus 23 though.
Woohoo!
Dang.
Darn.
Ding.
Dynamic. And luckily, coming out of Charmed Ridge, we now have enough eggs for Honey Speedway, so we're able to go straight in.
Yeah, it actually gives us like just the right amount. The charge there is actually kind of spooky. And when I hit the honey.
Yeah. This river looks a lot more honey than it does cheese, unfortunately. If you played the original game, the river looks a lot more cheesy than anything.
Yeah, this looks much closer to honey.
And we sort of just use the regular pathways that the game sort of suggests to us here. There isn't much we can do in terms of...
There is
like,
actually...
but
There's actually a harder route. It's just I've never been able to pull it off on PC.
yeah.
So I pick the next best thing.
Now time to...
Time for meatballs and sausage.
yeah.
I'm gonna try to set up for a little funny thing here. Well, that was boring. If you hit that just right, you get some insane height. Hopefully I'll be able to show that off come around a second time. There's some stuff that's different between this and the original.
Also, can we take a second to appreciate the fact that you're going around a lot of the sausages?
I mean, I am. That is true. I don't think I'm supposed to. Yeah, apparently that physics glitch works a lot better on 60 FPS, and I stayed on 30. So. Welcome to the longest race of
Also, one of the more
game.
boring ones.
I'm absolute dummy. I can't think of words to express how stupid I am right now.
All I can think about is the noise that Grant made on that one.
I'll just not do that this time.
Yeah,
I advise being able to see what you're doing.
he's learned from his mistakes.
I'll still play chicken with the river though.
You gotta. Gotta play it risky. It entertains the fans. Yeah, this race is long.
But, bah. Ah, what is happening? Stop.
Boy.
Boy.
Again, keeping it interesting for the fans, I guess.
Sure. Sure, that's what was going on.
We don't make mistakes.
Only happy accidents.
And here we go. Going up to the end.
I believe running is slightly faster than gliding if you have enough space.
Yeah. Because the supercharged speed has to wind up like it's Spyro 1. In this, you are generally better off gliding for the most part, but if you have enough space to get all that speed from supercharge,
Oh no.
then whale. Whale.
Alright guys,
Uh-oh.
cross your fingers. Hope this, Okay, we're safe. We're safe.
Whew. Thank you, whale.
Yeah, I entered the whale at exactly the wrong time there, which causes him to act as such. And upon exiting his mouth when he's acting like that, there is a chance that you can just be soft locked.
Good game.
It's a low chance that you'll soft lock, but it's still there.
Yeah. Now with a bit of underwater movement, we're now into Lost Fleet.
The longest level of the run.
Yeah, this has some long mini games. It's also got quite a lengthy main area. Lots of different things to do.
What? Okay. Really? Can we not do that, please?
The enemies proving themselves to be annoying.
Okay. Good. I'm gonna make sure that Crazy Egg gets through to the next area. We won't be traveling there yet. We got other things planned. I did this stuff in the wrong order again. We're going to do a wall glide right here.
Yeah, this gets us up onto an area that we shouldn't be at for quite a while. This is all stuff that you would be doing after you get to the end of the level. But it's easier, well, not easier, it's fast if you get this all done now. Since it then makes the positioning of the minigame areas more convenient.
It's a mixture of things, really. It's also to make it a lot easier to root in the strong chest gems.
Also, firing the cannon at birds is difficult.
Yup.
It's difficult in the original game, it's difficult in this game.
Okay. One's done. Nice.
Now the easiest one.
Okay, that was actually not too bad.
Yeah, that cannon can be very awkward.
Yeah, those really far away birds can prove to be quite troublesome at times.
And now, yeah, we're sort of in a back area here, and this will give us another skateboarding area. But this one has a twist.
This one's a race.
It's a race.
It's also not fun.
So, terrible skateboarding controls mixed with turbos, mixed with having to go fast is not a good recipe. So as you can see, he can kill crabs or do tricks to get them to get nitros. He can then use nitros for a speed boost. He wants to try and keep those nitros maxed out as long as he can, use them as much as he can. And he'll just get miles ahead of his competition. Three laps, nice and simple. Except for the fact that after this, there's even more.
There's an encore. I don't know why anyone would want an encore of this garbage. But speaking of garbage,
That just happened.
speaking of garbage,
Luckily that didn't cost him first.
oh, they were way far behind me. That was
Yeah.
no issue.
But now we've got a race against Hunter. So, Hunter is a little bit faster than all of these Rhinox. He also has to kill 10 crabs, which are all listed out on the course. He'll be getting those cleared out basically on the first lap. And again, because he's got all the nitros to use, he'll just outpace Hunter and leave him miles behind. So, welcome to 3 more laps of the same thing. If you wish to take a very short nap, now is a good time.
I could go for one.
Me too.
Hey Hunter, how you doing?
Yeah, Hunter just got lapped.
I think that's the earliest I've ever lapped him.
World record pace, boys.
We're actually 4.5 seconds behind. So, sorry.
Damn you, Web.
The split's been looking like potential gold material though, so. Yo, that was the floor. I was inside of that.
Thank you, Floor. You're very good.
Okay. Sure.
That's twice that has happened.
This is actually a deceptively hard wall glide right there.
Luckily there's nothing more to shoot than that little bit of breakable wall with that cannon.
You can actually hit it with the cannon from across the map. We've done that before. It's just the position is very precise. It's... I don't know, it doesn't really matter too much if I hit it or not.
Yeah. Now we get to do a bit of swimming in acid.
You'll get to see an interesting thing with fairly soon. That gem is a pretty small range.
And then
I missed a gem, apparently.
And now we go into yet another terrible two-part minigame.
I actually mind this one too much. Subs in this game are interesting. It's far easier to no-scope things than the original.
Yeah, the shots actually go very fast in this version. So, you either want to be tracking and just destroying them before you get the home in, and if you get the home in, then that's perfectly fine.
It's actually kind of a nice setup on this second one here. If things go right, I should be able to get 3 of them in pretty quick succession. Spoiler, it actually did not go completely right, but
We got one.
yeah.
So yeah, you need to track them quite accurately in order for no scopes to happen. That sub had a death.
A death wish? Yeah. But this area is actually done a little bit differently than it's done in the original. We're going to have a bit of a different setup going on. Grab all this stuff. Then we're going to grab everything on the right. And we're going to make our way to a very specific spot. You see, there's a spot up here that is very interesting. You can stand right here. What's special about that is the properties of water in this game. The acid is only surface level. If you can enter the acid from the side, it's just counted as water. So we're able to abuse that spot and this fact to be able to just swim around in this acid normally. Now, if I tried to resurface from the top again, it would kill me. Okay, I missed it too. Oh, okay. That's fine.
Yeah, it was... That was good.
Okay, I am now about 2 minutes ahead again.
Oh, baby.
My PV is good, guys.
Yeah. Well optimized category. And now time for quite a big bit of Evening Lake. We're going to be clearing up a lot of the above water platforming.
That was some spooky movement that I just learned earlier today, actually.
Nice.
If I missed that, I would have lost like 15, 20 seconds. This jump is quite precise, so I had to set up for it a bit. Got it though. That's good.
30 FPS jump.
Yep, that's one of those 30 FPS only jumps.
And now time for a man with a stick. And
As he
makes that
says. Sorry, I was just quoting. I hope everybody's ready for some 4x3 camera in a little bit.
Yeah, Phoenix, if you're here, get ready on the transition.
Yeah,
We've got another chance.
Phoenix, if you're here, you got another chance to set the aspect ratio right. Well, he dropped the ball. Phoenix dropped the ball on that one.
Either way, enjoy a bit of 4x3.
Got some more 4x3 coming up. Just tell him he dropped the ball.
Yeah, Phoenix, you failed. You're fired.
Got the aspect ratio wrong. Oh, alright. I'll see you around, Tooper.
And there goes Tooper. Everybody,
Thanks.
Tooper for his work on this.
Yeah, thank you, Tooper, for all of your work during this. How's the cycle? It's about good.
Seals.
That Tengen doesn't home in. Just that one.
Another rare instance of a gem which just doesn't care. And then we finished the level almost at the start because of that strong chest. It's kind of it's a very awkward backtrack through the level. Which
It's at
only
least through a different path.
Yeah.
Make sure to grab these 10s.
And I guess that's also another thing to note is that we had to do Charmed Ridge and, not Charmed Ridge, Honey Speedway and Lost Fleet
Welcome.
somewhat early during Evening Lake because in that cutscene you saw Hunter step on a button. He actually got captured by the sorceress's helper Bianca. And as that cutscene plays until after you defeat Scorch, you cannot do anything with Hunter.
Yeah, you actually would need to finish Scorch before you could actually do anything again.
Which means that you can't do the Honey Speedway Hunter challenge, and you can't do the skateboarding in Lost Fleet. But now on to Frozen Altars.
Also includes some previous levels such as Country Speedway. You know, that level.
Oh, right, yeah. Wait, you forgot to do Country Speedway.
Did I?
Yeah,
I'll have to do that sometime soon, I guess.
right.
Oops.
These things happen, everybody.
Nice wall glide there. Nice wall glide there too. That wasn't meant to happen though.
But one of those wall rides, a lot like the original games. Again, it's a small bit of movement, but it's convenient. And then another wall glide to get over to Jasper.
Who's ready for some Rock'em Sock'em robots?
So whereas in the original game you have a sort of tempo you want to be keeping up to, in this one you just alternate between a standard punch and a body shot. And 30 FPS helps here.
Yeah, I actually want to add 60 FPS here due to specific reasons, such as the other Yeti having more frames to be able to possibly punch you. I like this more because it's just a lot more brainless. I would rather do this than get angry at me being off tempo. Just me though.
What are the songs which fit that tempo? I always forget.
All the Single Ladies is a popular one. Africa by Toto as well. That was okay, RNG.
.20 seconds left in the first round.
Yeah. I don't get 20 seconds left too often in the first round. Yeah, that was neat.
That mammoth deciding he's just had enough. How about another snowman?
Head on it.
Now time to do a bit of cat hockey. Physics really just doesn't know what to do sometimes. with
I'm
cats.
so confused right now. I think I froze that cat that went into his goal.
Yep. I don't think he actually freezes the cats in this version.
He does.
It just looks like he's just slapping them.
He freezes them like when he slaps them. I don't know. I don't know if that first cat was supposed to be moving in an ice cube.
Yeah, that first cat decides being frozen means nothing. So now we're at the end of the level.
We're making our way back through to grab the rest of the gems we need.
Yeah.
Be ending in the tunnel.
Yeah. This route is identical to the one in the original game. And it's really the only route that works with the different little offshoots of gems that there are.
It's a very good route from the original.
Yeah. And yep, here we are, finishing off in the middle of the level. And also one of the only levels where all of the gems are in the main area. There are no gems in the side.
I didn't actually think about that. That is true though.
Yeah, this level and Haunted Tomb.
Forgot where I was.
Going to fireworks.
I forgot what level I just exited. Even though I knew it was Frozen Altars. Just kind of get lost in the moment sometimes. This is one of the other levels that we'll be revisiting. Okay, I want this. Here.
To answer your question, Sugar Frosted, the slide in Haunted Tomb is in the main area.
Yep. You're thinking of Crystal Islands.
But for now, let's focus on Fireworks Factory. So that strong chest that Wed just destroyed in the original game, the gems fly out everywhere, but in this game, the sort of spread of gems from strong chests, block chests, all kinds of chests, it's extremely reduced, which is probably one of the better changes.
It's a very convenient change for sure.
Yeah.
Just in a small ring right there. There's a lot of interesting names in this game if you take the time to see them. Sadly, I don't remember most of them because I don't take the time to see them.
Yeah, we're speedrunners, we don't listen to dialogue.
Yeah, they're I like to call them bitrate killers, really. End up turning video feeds into mush.
And here is also another strong chest where in the original the gem spread is kind of annoying.
That gem spread is one of the most sadistic ones in the game. There's a
Yeah.
green gem that always throws itself off of the map onto an earlier area.
So you want to be catching that. If you don't catch it, then you cry.
Huh. I didn't pick that up.
So now we're in the Ninja HQ. It's just a linear path of lots of enemies. Not all that many gems, but plenty of ways to die. And then just a little bit of clear up here at the end for a few things which just weren't convenient to begin with.
That's all of Fireworks Factory for now.
Yeah, we have to revisit that due to a later side character.
I like to call those two sections the good part of Fireworks Factory and the bad part of Fireworks Factory.
Yeah, that's the more bearable one. For sure. And now, time for Scrotch.
Overall, I would say this game is not as hard as the original. It's a lot more consistent with within like time spans, but there are some sections that are very, very irritating. So here's our quintessential RNG boss battle, which when done properly actually has very little RNG to it, surprisingly. You can get Scorch locked into a specific type of attack.
And we also have two attacks of our own. We've got red rockets and green rockets. Red rockets, you get 50 of them. Green rockets, you get 1. Green rockets home in, but they don't do any more damage than a red rocket, so can we just have 50 reds? But yeah, this is the sort of no RNG that Wed's talking about here.
Yeah, you can just lock Scorch into doing fireball attacks over and over. A nice toss, Bentley.
Yeah, Bentley likes to toss things at you instead of like randomly, like he does in OG. And
I've officially pretty much saved all of my time back from going to the bathroom.
nice. And that is
Some good stuff.
the first evening lake visit over with. And now time
Shit.
to enter Midnight Mountain.
Did you say I needed to do Country Speedway or something?
Probably.
Shit.
I don't know.
Give me a
feel like
moment.
it?
I probably should in just a second.
So welcome to Midnight Mountain. Very pretty.
Yeah, it's a very pretty level. You know, You know, this probably seems like a good time to go back.
Yeah, okay, by Midnight Mountain.
Okay, despite all that playing up, that was completely on purpose. This is actually when I plan to do the revisit to this hub. Oh wait, what am I doing?
But right now we're going.
That's the wrong way. I'm supposed to go backwards.
So we're back in midday.
Yep.
Got a bit of clearing up to do
Getting
here.
ahead of myself. Mouse movement.
Ah! So welcome to an auto scroller. It's just Wed aiming at a whole bunch of enemies. You do need
Yep.
an explanation. Wed may do a few 360 no scopes.
I don't trust myself enough to do that. I'll just shoot them up.
Right. Also, can we note that that power up shows that it's an infinite fireball? The fireball is timed.
Yeah, it doesn't really need to be timed.
Yeah,
This challenge is already timed.
yeah. Fireball power up is also timed in OG as well. But again, it's an auto scroller, so it's a little bit unnecessary.
Next up, we will be grabbing a few of the leftover gems that I had here. Oops. Come on. Probably a 2 gem I got left right there. Yep. Come on.
Yeah.
Pick it up.
Gem collection, ladies and gentlemen.
Need to actually charge this basket. That gem doesn't home in.
And now time to do a Bentley side area, or the second Bentley side area.
Is this the second? Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I wanted to forget about boxing.
Everybody wants to forget about boxing.
That was
Yes.
impressive. We both managed to miss.
Nice. So this is quite
So
a
this-
simple side area.
It's very simple, very streamlined. Not really much going on. I was about to say I might get hit by some enemies. I just did, so
Well done.
I don't really need to worry about that anymore.
Yep. That's it. No more damage. That guy's
Show's
body
over.
just sort of spontaneously exploded.
Yeah, it did. It also had sparks with it. Like, there were some sparks as it exploded.
Yeah.
These enemies are really awkward to hit with Bentley, by the way.
Yeah. Because Bentley is a close quarters fighting character.
Yeah, that was impressive. I tried to hit both of those baskets at the same time. I managed to hit neither of them.
It was a 7-10 split and you went down the middle.
I mean, I would do that by accident if I was playing bowling.
Also,
I would
you were
attempt
swift
to
for a
aim.
lot longer than necessary.
I was. I really was.
And then on the strong chest, and that's that side area done. And
We
now
got a
all the
nice-
minions.
We have a nice little thing with the strong chest here that we can do with the overpowered hovering in this game. And just grab the question mark or the mystery jar from here. I think I said of the strong chest, and
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, that's wrong. I've done that a lot tonight.
Yeah. I got bored pointing it out. You're welcome.
Thanks. Oh, there was nothing loaded in there for a second.
Good game. And yeah, we're just following the mystery jar here. There's nothing more to it. Got a few side areas to deal with.
I had to actually stand there for that Rhinoc because he takes forever to come down. Oh.
Oh, egg movement. Ladies and gentlemen, egg movement in full effect there.
Do not hold the diagonal there, it does not work. Oh, crap.
And that restarts the mystery jar. So we are now going to be doing the mystery jar all over again.
I just really wanted to do the mystery jar again. I'm sorry.
He's never satisfied this one.
I thought I could do it better this time. Maybe with less death.
I'm sure you could. I mean, I know you can. You're capable of greatness.
I doubt it. In case anyone didn't know, there's actually some extra lives down there under the water. You can see them briefly during the mystery jar.
Yeah, it's just a cave that has 4 extra lives. They like to just have this area where there's a whole bunch of lives. Well, in the original games, obviously, Insomniac just put a whole bunch of lives in an area. In Spyro 1, that would have been Ice Cavern. Spyro 2, that was Magma Cone, and then Spyro 3 was Bamboo Terrace. And there we go, finishing up the mystery jar again.
Actually finishing it this time.
Yeah. And we are now done with Bamboo Terrace. And now, it's time to move on to the second speedway of the game. Third of this run. Country Speedway. Again, there's not too much we can do. Standard speedway stuff. Destroy things. Deal with supercharge.
Deal with it, I'm trying. That was not very good. I think that was the best backup I could have really done there.
Yeah, that's probably the only option.
It's time for one of the best challenges in this game, aesthetically. Just ready for yeehaws. Also, here's my mouse in this challenge. You might notice that it's moving in only diagonals. I don't know why it does that. So I'm not using it. Ye fucking ha. UFOs are hard to hit, by the way.
Yeah, they look big, but then they're not. They aren't.
Trying to hit moving objects with projectiles in this game, if they move at this speed, is very annoying, and you'll see that in the future when it comes to Agent 9's lab.
Oh, that's it. Pack it up, Wedge. You've yeed your last pull.
Oh crap. Oh, it's been brought back. I yeed the haw pretty big last night. So part of the reason I actually needed to go back for all of this stuff is because I didn't actually have 100 eggs yet. So this conveniently puts me at about like 102, 103 going up to Sorceress.
Yeah. This one can get a bit hectic. There's a lot of boost stars in this one. Trying to keep control is vital.
Yeah, something you probably notice quite a bit with the races in here is that you drift like crazy while you're gliding. Especially with the stars.
I love drifting in the air.
I apparently landed on the fence there.
Yeah.
Never done that before.
Oh, that counter's gone up again. That's never happened before. Cliche.
Yeah, hello everyone, I'm not Jumpy Love.
Yeah, and I'm not Easy Scape or Cameron or... Who else? I've forgotten.
Hypno Shark?
Oh, and I'm definitely not Hypno. It's okay. Here at Spyrothon, we do things by the book. What book that is, we don't even know. It's probably not even been written yet. On the other hand, we're done with Country Speedway. And moving on now to Spider Town. Also, I don't know if you've ended up muting yourself, Wed.
Nope.
Okay.
I've just been concentrating a bit.
It's about 60 FPS because it's a Spartacus level.
Yep, we'll have this at 60 FPS until... I don't know, actually. Gotta decide.
Until the
Gotta
planet's
decide if I
alive.
want to change it back for Desert Ruins or not, because there is an end of level skip that is 60 FPS, actually.
You mean 30?
No, I mean one that is actually possible on 60.
Right, okay, so, yeah, that's fine.
Aren't we all, Venom?
Yeah. Shoutouts to invincibility wearing off at the wrong time there. This level can be very much ruthless.
Yeah, this level is very scary.
Two hits from death and there's just all the enemies in the world that are in this level. And the annoying part is he doesn't really want to be using too much of his rapid fire. He needs to be saving that for the boss. And in this level, the rapid fire power-ups are used up very, very early. But as long as you take at least 100 into a boss, then it's fine.
So we're actually just warping straight to Evening Lake there because that challenge, or that Sparks level, doesn't even give you anything.
Yeah. In
We're
the
going-
original game, that would give you Sparks Finder, but we have Sparks Finder.
And now we're going right into the next one.
Which is easily the hardest one in the original game.
Yeah, there's an insane route in the original one that has you going through it backwards. This, however, we can't go out of bounds, so we're not doing that. Said we have to worry about killing enemies to enter the next door.
So yeah, this is a typical dungeon crawler level. Kill the enemies, you unlock the door, and progression is very much limited to what the game is designed. You see him using the rapid fire in very short bursts. He needs to try and keep it for as long as possible. Here he'll now pick up a mine power up. The mines are actually pretty useful. They have a very good AoE. So you can clear out rooms extremely quickly, like that one there.
As long as they're laid out correctly.
Yeah. But now he'll want to keep this rapid fire until the end. And in this room it's very easy to get boxed in. There's a lot of already pre-spawned starfish and they'll just keep spawning and spawning. with all that all done now, we are on to the boss. Which isn't a starfish.
Good boss.
Manta ray. And the manta ray is dead. And we get Achna Sean.
Wow, it's like I went through a menu last. So I actually exited instead of going to Midnight Mountain because I'm a baby and I wanted to get the extra health.
Yeah.
There.
And that does it for our backtracks for now.
No.
So now we are in Midnight Mountain properly. And the first thing that we're actually going to be doing here is the final boss. What?
Oh, that was the noise agent I made.
That woke me up.
You're welcome.
Cheers for that. So at the start here, he's just going to use Agent Bang's and Meat Shield.
Because I can. Yeah, I know, it wasn't great, it wasn't perfect. So this fight, overall, pretty simple. Need to get through a cannon phase, a tank phase, and a UFO phase. Unlike the original game, though, there are no vehicle skips. You just live with what you got. I get to learn what speed my UFO is. Because I believe there are like 3 speeds for UFOs during this challenge. You get a really slow one, a regular speed one, and a really fast one. It looks like I think this is the fast one.
Yeah, this UFO is looking very, very fast.
Ideally, I do, like, for the sake of it being easier, I want a faster one. So that's good.
Yeah, good
There are
fight.
strats with a slower one, but I don't know, it's nice to have what I end up getting.
It's a funny thing.
Just gotta skip through all these cutscenes real quick.
One less noble warrior.
The reason why I wasn't shooting her point blank is because she has an insanely long invincibility time. And I didn't want to deal with that.
It was Billy's idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now we get to flame Moneybags.
For a while.
Yeah, we've paid him a lot of gems. So, this is satisfying. And there. Not quite 10,000 gems yet. But we're close.
Just before.
Wanted to do that real quick before we went into Bugbot Factory.
Yeah. And that's why we fought the Sorceress first here, is because that unlocks Bugbot Factory, and by doing Bugbot Factory, we're going to get a powerful Sparks where he's able to destroy baskets. So that's going to really streamline the movement in general. So in OG there's actually a whole series of just out of bounds here. So and we end up just skipping and doing things out of sequence. However, no such thing exists in this version, so we do everything normally.
Yeah, a lot of this is very similar, if not identical, to the original route that we had for Bugbot Factory in Spyro 3 117%. Yo, I actually did that without having to fight anything.
Nice. And now we have over 10k gems.
So something special about this boss that I don't think I'm really going to show off, is that this boss is the only damage, or the only boss that doesn't knock you back when it deals damage to you. Meaning that if you're charging into this boss, you can just absolutely lay into this boss. And because, as I said before, you deal damage every frame. You deal a lot of damage when you charge. I do it a little bit.
Just be careful not to do it too much because you can die. But that is Bugbot.
This is one of the longest loading screens in the game.
Yep.
Remember.
Alright, so now we'll be grabbing the last of the gems up in this top area. Left the baskets aside because Sparks got that shit down. That egg range is a lot bigger than I was expecting.
As you can see there, it says 5 out of 5, but now we have 6 out of 5 eggs.
I want to grab that. I want to grab this gem. And enter Desert Ruins. So on 60 FPS, we got a little wall glide range here that we can do. I'm actually just pranking you. I'm pulling your leg. I'm not gonna worry about this. I'm gonna do 30.
God, always a trickster. And this is another level that we're basically doing backwards. And because we did Moneybags is Chase a little earlier, all Moneybags payments are now gone. Normally what would end up happening with this route is that we'd end up being blocked off by a money-based payment for a door. That's gone now.
Yep, no more door.
But now it's time for a manta ray section.
The manta ray is actually really slow in this game. So we're getting shot by the JX5 underwater tracking ammunition actually. Because that had some absurd homing.
It probably has the same amount of homing as Sergeant Bird's missiles.
Probably.
And if you've played Spyro 2 in SRT, you'll actually see that this is the same manta ray from Aquaria Towers. In Aquaria Towers, that manta ray also has cannons.
No!
Yeah, the manta ray being slowed down definitely doesn't help. That's very good on the third try now.
Yeah, that ending bit there was good.
Now go around cleaning up whatever mess was left.
In this game, the mess is pretty much all of it, though.
Yeah.
I thought there's something over here. Oh, it's like I hit the options button a little bit ago.
That old saved menuing. Yeah, from here on out, we're going to be going backwards through the level.
What? Nice ladder.
Ladders.
How do they do?
How do a ladder do?
I was making sure to stand near that gem in particular because that one doesn't home in.
Another one that doesn't home in. Brought to you by Toys for Bob.
Hi, Spyro.
And now it's time for the side-scrolling Sheila section.
Gonna be using a lot of jump kicks around here.
Yeah, and you can really see them come into effect in this side area, more specifically.
Just got a bit more cleanup left.
Yeah. And this level will be finishing up just after the first little area of the level. There's a key here and the lock chest is in that second area, so being able to accommodate for that with the route is very nice.
Wow. That was fucking sweet of you.
That's unfortunate.
What a sweetheart. Nice.
What a route!
You need to make sure to grab those gems because I'm actually going to be warping out of Agent 9's lab.
And now it's time for our first bit of Agent 9 gameplay. So put down that controller, Wed, it's time to get out the mouse and keyboard. Have you ever wanted to play your Agent 9 sections with mouse and keyboard? Well, now you can. And it's
Honestly, I don't
actually-
really know how I feel about it. It's really jarring to me still.
Agent 9 is definitely one of the characters that they improved in this remake, though. He's a lot more fluid.
What the heck?
Thank you, Professor.
Professor only talks to people behind him, by the way. Do I expect a PB? I'm currently 10.5 seconds behind my PB. So we're talking close.
For the most part, this level is linear, so it's just him progressing through it gradually.
Oh yeah, his talk boxes got put back there again. Back to controller actually, because I usually perform better with the mines in with a controller.
little side area here to destroy some boats, get you Tony.
Now, I actually have to get, I have to go back here by the end because the game removes the mines that I have once I am grabbing the end level egg.
Fortunately, wasn't able to destroy the strong chest there.
It's fine, I had to return back anyway.
Yeah.
Next, I get to show off the incredible back to front in this game.
Agent 9?
It's got some hops. Alright, it's time to go back to Sunny Villa.
So, welcome back to Sunny Villa. This is the first level of the game. What's the timer at?
I think it's been a hot minute.
Well,
Maybe
I
2.
think this is a bad speedrun then.
Yeah,
Oh.
probably.
I don't know if you guys have missed this level. But it's here now, so do not fear.
No, not at once. We do them in 2 sections. With a small gap of Midnight Mountain in the middle of it.
So yeah, so now we have got the Sheila section in Sunny Villa.
Damn it. I tried. I tried again there too. That also didn't work very well.
This minigame area is very linear. Got a small section, and then a tower that you have to ascend to get to Rapunzel. In OG, there is a fixed camera on the second and third floors. The camera will focus on something. Meanwhile, in this version, you have full control. And then we've got a small section of level left, the waterfall, and then a few sections near the start. And then back to Molten Crater to finish up these side areas there. And then we get straight back into Midnight Mountain.
Nope, you forgot a level.
Oh, wait. What level am I forgetting?
I know, I'd want to forget it too.
Oh no, it's the bad part of it.
Yep.
I'd say this is one of the side areas which benefits quite a lot from Sparks being able to break baskets, by the way.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like, breaking baskets with Sergeant Bird isn't fun.
Extended range is also a really nice addition.
Yeah.
No, I was moving forward. Momentum is good. Can you not? Sorry, can you don't?
And you don't. And there we go. This side area finished up at 5. And now a little bit of supercharging for the well, regular charging and then some supercharge.
So we're actually going to save the area back around the right for later because it it ends up aggroing the thieves, and I want to worry about them first. All right, be good on that front.
Now we just sort of get supercharged for everything. Gems from containers home in this game when you supercharge them, which is a change from how they are in the original game. And just like that, we are done with Molten Crater. And now to the bad part of Fireworks Factory.
Neat little skip there at least. But now we have probably my least favorite minigame in all of SRT.
Double Dragons. The Red Dragon really getting in the way right now. But it's good that you've
Goodness.
get damage. Yeah, as you damage them more, they get smaller. And smaller, they get harder to hit. And they can fireball you as well, which is annoying. It's taking a while to kill off this purple one. Finally, he's managed to clear that one out.
Keeps turning the exact opposite direction of what I'm expecting. Okay, red at least win better.
Yeah.
Got a lot of cleanup here, though. I forgot about the whirlwind.
I always forget about that whirlwind.
Oh, okay.
There we go. So that's the better part of the worst part. Well, no, scratch that.
I'm gonna have to grab those later, aren't I? Actually, no, it's better to grab them right now. Here we go. Just drop down, grab that 5 real quick. Totally meant to miss that.
Intended, everybody. Again, we don't make mistakes.
Right when I've already actually collected the gem. And now to do a challenge where Sparks can't help you.
Hi.
You actually have to walk over every one of these gems. On the bright side, this challenge controls quite well.
This is the first-person shooter part of Spyro 3.
I saw that guy spawn in from nowhere.
Modern Warfare Remastered looks good. And an egg that needs the enemy killed.
I thought I saw a gem there that I missed.
Nah. Oh wait, yeah.
I thought it might have been a firefly at first, and I
Yeah.
really need to take a closer look. God, gems really don't want to collect. Usually I don't have this big of issues with collecting gems here.
What? Yeah, it's annoying that Sparks doesn't help you collect gems, but
Doesn't break baskets either.
yeah.
I kind of forgot about. I'm trying to talk with my gun.
We're almost at the end of this. Almost at the
Yep.
end of Fireworks Factory, and then we can go straight back into Midnight Mountain, where we have 0 backtracks left to do.
Really? No! Don't take me away from the 5 gem, I want it! Where is it? Okay.
And now it's going to be clean progression.
Yep. Just got a few levels left.
So starting off here with Crystal Islands. Quite an open level.
I don't need to completely worry about everything here right now, because I am going to return back this way later in the level. This route's very different from the original. As usual, I still can't hit this octopus. As usual, I still can't get out of this water. Please let me out. I would like to be on dry land.
We do not want to be swimming for any longer than we need to be.
Wish I didn't miss that guy. That would have actually set up the way I wanted it to.
Yeah, this level starts off quite linear, and then it's got a lot of different areas to explore using these Superfly power-ups, so it's all about how that gets routed. There's also a locked chest as well. There's just a
The locked
whole
chest
load
is-
of-
The lock chest is going to be the very last thing we're grabbing in the level.
yeah. Overall, there's just a lot of stuff that goes on in this level. Superfly, a lot of swimming, locked chests, slides as well. This is
Slide is very... This slide is known for being pretty hard when you're starting out on the original game, but in this slide is extremely easy to grab every gem on. It's also very pretty aesthetically, IMO.
Yeah, this actually looks really nice.
Like a lot of vibrant purples and stuff. Looks kind of nice.
Like, Crystal Islands is definitely one of the levels that they put a lot of time into.
I like how Spyro's little leggies like sway back and forth while he's going down the slide. Looks kind of cute to me.
So there's the lock chest. As you can see, we're going to be circling around to that later on. But firstly, some whack-a-mole.
You guys like strong chests? They really like strong chests at that particular moment when they designed this level. I'm going to hopefully set up some goofy stuff with this this game of whack-a-mole. If possible. So as you might see from that You're actually just able to keep hitting the same mole over and over.
Because that makes sense.
In my PB, actually, I managed to get a quad hit on a mole.
Nice.
I got 4 points at once, and I have no idea how it happened.
But yeah,
Like,
with
it
that-
looked like there was 1, maybe 2 moles sitting there, and I got 4 points.
yeah,
Alright,
with
time
that,
for a
we end up
difficult trick.
Clearing out whack-a-mole, and now time to manipulate this thief.
Easy peasy trick.
Hey.
Very happy I practiced that over the weekend. I'll be saving a lot of time here over my PB.
And now time for a bit of the Superfly. Start off grabbing the the chest key up in this area full of fireworks, and just clearing up a lot of different areas.
Oh crap. I forgot.
That's not a good. Oh,
I
Yeah.
know exactly what I forgot.
the one gem at the end of the level.
It's so much more conveniently placed in OG due to how the route is made, but in this route, it's just very out of the way. Oh no. More?
Oh, it's probably the fireworks area, or no?
A vase? Sure.
Oh. What on sparks?
Oh.
In the
What?
water. Octopus? Oh no.
I'm so confused. How did I miss this much?
Luckily, we have the Superfly power up to help us.
I missed one in slide? I said that was easy.
What? Where did you miss one in slide? Oh, really? Okay.
30-second best seg still, by the way.
Nice. Optimized.
I should have
Nice
saved like
job.
another minute there, but oh well.
Alright. Coming out of Crystal Islands and into Haunted Tomb.
Who's ready for torch jump? I'm
Oh
not.
no. This level starts off fun.
Oh yes. First try every time in 117.
And straight into the Agent 9 area.
If I can.
If you can riddle.
Here's the riddle.
Menus are insanely difficult when you can't just mash them.
Here we go. Welcome to all the stages of the arena shooter.
Welcome to the 5 stages of grief.
Yeah. Literally. Luckily, with the laser bolt deflection off of walls and stuff, you can actually get quite a lot of kills that way.
Even when you're not meaning to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. I also enjoy iframes.
And now the annoying one where you have the Earth Shapers. So in order to destroy the Earth Shapers, you need to throw their bomb back at you, or, well, they're snowballs, like we call them in OG. And just like that, we then through.
I see. I am.
So this slide is pretty notorious. This slide is not good. The turns are way too sharp. But there's this nice strat right here called just burying your nose into the wall. It's really nice. Takes away all your speed. These rocks have extremely large hitboxes and drop way too often. So you'll probably see me get hit one more time later on, despite not wanting to.
And also, alongside Frozen Altars, this is another level where all the gems are in the main area. There's also quite a lot of high value gems here, which makes this level quite nice in categories which require a gem route.
That is the best gem in the game, by the way. Hands down.
And that is another gem that can't home in. And
That is the worst gem that won't home in, because it's mostly embedded inside of the wall.
Alright, now time for a very slow tank.
You made my.
Even more slow tank.
Well, I thought you didn't have enough. I'll probably come out right. Sometimes they prove me wrong, though. Like, I think this one usually comes out left. Wow, you proved me wrong.
And now with all the eggs collected in this level, we've got quite a bit more main area to do. Got the
You
first
just have a ton of
got
gems
half.
left.
Yeah. It's pretty much the first half of this level. There's a lot of stop and start with these earth shapers. Since you have to use their rocks in order to destroy them.
Oh, don't want to forget
Yeah.
that.
And you got hit by another rock. So yeah, we've pretty much finished up the level here in the third room. So another level there where we just end in the middle because it makes sense. We also copy the route from OG to this game without any sort of issues.
Dang.
And just like
Pre-
that.
I lost a bunch of time there, and that was pretty much probably entirely from Agent 9 menuing.
Nice.
That's good. Good job, me.
Alright, we've got 2 more levels to do before the thing.
We got Yeehaw level now.
So, Oziana, you were wrong. We did not yee our last hole. We have many yees to holes here.
The Yee to Ha ratio is pretty big. Oh, the hitbox in this game is hilarious. It's very large.
Well, God.
And this can also be quite a start and stop level as well with the dinos gems.
Yeah. Also, none of the cactus gems actually home in, by the way.
Nice convenient life in the fireplace for Wed here. And this game also does what the original game does, is if you off-screen the dinos who do the sort of gunsling up into the air to catch them, you will reset them. And they will have to do their animation again. So you can just stop them from firing. This level can also be extremely dangerous. There's a lot of things that can hurt you in quick succession here.
Yeah, you can get damage locked pretty easily in this level. As you saw, I did get damaged twice in a row. Twice in this level. Coming up next, you have the water tunnel that's movement is actually done correctly.
Yeah.
You have an absurd amount of control in this challenge.
This water tunnel also functions very well once you've completed it. Isn't that right, Wed?
Yeah, this water tunnel is great. If you miss the skill point from killing all of the enemies and you've already beaten the water tunnel, just give up. Every time you finish the water tunnel past the first time, the game soft locks.
As you can see, Wed is an expert player grabbing that skill point. That's actually probably one of the hardest skill points to get in OG.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's very hard. So here's my mouse in this challenge. It's even worse.
Yeah, I don't understand why it's locked to 8 directions.
It's actually locked to 4. It's the diagonals.
Oh, right, yeah.
I just happen to know where enemies tend to be spawning, so I'll make sure to just keep shooting at a specific spot.
Yeah, every spawn is consistent. Ooh. Luckily.
Fuck, cunt.
Oh, unlucky.
That might have just killed any chance of world record.
If you just well,
I can't believe I just lost it to something as stupid as this.
When you think of things that can end a run, this isn't one of them.
Nope, it is not. Now I'm being more attentive and stuff is going a lot better. Of course, after I already screwed up.
Yeah. Yeah, this is going flawlessly now. So there's a skill point, by the way.
That's what I was trying to do. I was trying to gun for that skill point as fast as I could, and I just couldn't. I managed to die before I could get it because the one guy that killed me was the one in the way.
But now with that all done, we can progress in this level normally and clear up everything else. And that is Dynamines. $14,539 gems.
Exactly the amount that I want, actually.
And now into the final speedway, Harbor Speedway.
This route is actually pretty much identical to OG as well.
Yeah. If
Nice
it
bird
weren't-
hit.
Yeah, that bird should have died. That SRT is SRT. Yeah, you just got really unlucky on that first attempt.
Yeah, I did. That really sucks. Oh well.
Yeah.
This is the last run on the schedule. And there is no commands.
Yeah. This channel does not have any bots except for Foley.
Where are these? I'm good. I'll be right.
And now welcome to not that ass.
Yeah, you don't really get to see his butt this much in this one. No triangles and pentagons this time. Just a lot of me flying bumper to bumper.
Luckily there's no risk of having to do a second lap in this challenge.
It's a pretty high risk of missing, though.
Yeah.
Missing a ring because you're so close.
Now time for our final race. Probably one of the more enjoyable ones.
This is looking like a run that was going to be a world record if I didn't leave to take a piss.
Nature has denied this man. The scariest.
Yep, starting to lose time now. I was 52 seconds ahead. So, doing the math, knowing how much time is left on this challenge, I'm going to be about 30 or 40 seconds behind and going up against a very, very good SBR.
Yeah. That's really unfortunate.
The super bonus round in my PB got 6 no scopes on subs.
Wow.
The total length of the subs minigame was, I think, 35 seconds.
Okay, yeah. That's a little bit good.
Yeah, it was, I was freaking out. I was hardly even ahead of my, my previous best at that time. And then that happened and I shot ahead by 2 minutes.
That must have felt nice.
It was pretty shocking.
There we go, we've come to the end of the final speedway of the marathon.
It was a very long 149 egg run.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
So we got 14,959 gems, 149 eggs. A plethora of lives. Few last ones. 15,000 gems, 149 eggs, and now it's time for the super bonus round. $5,000 gems
This place is
worth of
by the way.
happiness.
I'm not gonna worry about the thieves right now. We're just gonna.
Yeah, one of the biggest
Gonna get
weapons in...
straight for super flame power up.
Yeah. Just having that around makes this so much better. There's gems coming in from everywhere. Just keeping an eye on that gem counter, just rapidly increasing. And then clear out some of the on-land gems. Find these last two UFOs.
I can hear them. There's one.
And that led you into the other. So now we've got a few gems just outside of the different side areas. And we're gonna start off with
Well, it's the
these
bonus
subs.
round. It's the bonus round. They want you to just have fun with it. Okay, that was really good too.
Yeah, that wasn't a bad subs either. Alright. Now, time for a bit of snowboarding.
So,
That is how you start snowboarding, ladies and gentlemen.
right.
You know what? That's actually fine. That respawn's fine.
Yeah, that's helped you out. So we've got 3 laps of going around this, just need to come first. That lap didn't count.
I thought it might. Thought it might not count.
So, right up.
I thought this might. I thought this game might be boring and work that way.
Yeah. So in OG, there's only a few set checkpoints. In this one, there's a lot more of them. That's what sort of validates a lap. If you don't hit one of those checkpoints, then it won't count the lap. You have to go around again.
I think I have every gem on here now.
Yeah, you've got 3 laps to go around here, just collecting up all the gems.
And goodbye, PB.
Oh, that's annoying.
And no, it's not just 30 or 45 seconds in OG. You have the power up for like a solid like 2 or 3 minutes in OG. I don't have the upper gems in the start. Yeah, I do. I did those, didn't I?
Yeah, I think you've got all of them now.
I recall doing those up there. And doing the ones up in that top area up there.
And now we get to sit here and watch all the gems coming in.
Oh, that one. Okay.
2, 5, 10, 25, 1, 2, 5, 10, 25, 1, 2. Well, 19,000.
Hold up. Hold up. I did miss
900.
one. I missed it too.
Oh,
Where is it? It's back here. Oh, I know what I missed. I can see it already. Cool.
there we go. So that's 5,000 gems. We have 20,000 gems, 149 eggs.
Now it's time to
go.
finish.
And now it's time for stop.
This time's going to come up pretty fast. This challenge is not very hard.
Yeah. This fight, like, just doesn't take long. Especially when the sorceress doesn't really have any invincibility frame. Yeah.
And time.
GG. And that was Spyrothon. GG's to Wed. GG's to everybody who did a run here at Spyrothon. Shoutouts to anybody who helped out with runs, commentary, and all the people who kept this going. Faulty, Phoenix, Tooper, Luca for what he did. And
Yeah, shout outs to this community for being a bunch of very cool people that are willing to put this together every year.
like when we started doing this, I don't think we ever expected to do 5 of these.
Yeah, no, we did this almost out of spite in the first time, and it just really really caught on.
Yeah. And every year it's just gotten more and more sort of professional, it's been more and more planned. And in the recent years it's been a lot better. It's gotten so much better. Mostly to the efforts of Faulty and Phoenix. If they have any words.
Hello. Yes. I'd just like to first of all say GG. Thanks for doing this run, for closing out Spyrothon. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and move over to the outro. Appreciate you doing the run. I'm glad it finished under estimate. Finally got one of those. About time. I think we're close to. We're actually not terribly far behind. A little less than I thought we would be now. I think we're about an hour. Yeah, about an hour behind. So not bad at all, honestly. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and do an outro. Thanks for sticking around. And
You're welcome.
see you later, guys.
It's been great.
Thank you, Spyrothon.
GG.
All right. So here we are, the end of Spyrothon. Thank you everybody for watching. It's been great. I've had a lot of fun watching. This is the first time since I started doing this back in 2017 that I have not been the person running the stream. So real quick, I'd like to give a shout out to Phoenix for holding that down, as well as doing most of the organizing and all of the scheduling, all of the runner management, everything like that. So huge shout outs to him. I'd also like to shout out Tooper, who did a whole lot of hosting for us over the marathon, doing those run transitions. I think he did a great job. I hope you guys enjoyed that as well. We also had Cameron handling some tech and a little bit of hosting as well. I think we had Luca doing some hosting. So thanks to all of them as well. Tooper and Phoenix as well were also handling Twitter. So got all those duties covered. I was just here sitting around watching, having fun, which was a really great experience. I enjoyed it a lot. Last, I'd like to go through all of the runners and commentators that we had, just so that you can know who people are. Go follow them if you want. We had Nos the Whelp, Aether Strider, Sable Dragonrook, Camera Vengeance, Wed, Zik3, Easyscape, Wally, Artles, Ladybug, Bregerman, Luca, Dactyly, Hummelden, V-Snake, Superdog, Nerf, Jeremy, Spora, Zombie Master, Tokoloni, Zachary Lawrence, Elgier, Toaster, and Jumpy. I think I got everybody. Hopefully I did. If I didn't get you, I'm so sorry. I'm looking at our schedule. I really hope I did that right. But anyway, go follow all those people. If you didn't hear the names, go back, watch the VODs. I don't know. They're all great people. I appreciate them all for being around.
Yep, I'll be trying to have everything highlighted and exported within the next day or two for anyone who wants to.
Yes, so hopefully we'll be getting these up on YouTube very soon, and you'll be able to fully watch the history of this Spyrothon 5, as well as Spyrothon 4, 3, and the Bingo League. Those are all out on YouTube as well. One more time, I just want to say thank you again for sticking around to the end of the marathon, all of you viewers, for participating in this event. It's always great. Like Wally and Wed said earlier, you know, it's really sort of transformed over 5 years now. It's kind of crazy to get to this kind of point. We want to, you know, keep it going, keep growing, see what we can do in the future. Definitely looking forward to next year. We'll try to get information out about that at some point. So stay tuned. If you want to keep up with things, you can, of course, follow us on Twitter at Spyrothon. That's a great place to see. We definitely post all of the important updates there. Follow us here on Twitch. You can also join us in Discord. I don't think we actually have a link
I can grab it.
present. Yeah, if you want to post that in chat. The Discord as well will have all the information live, real time, as up to date as you can be. And, you know, we got a bunch of people there. It's kind of cool. It's not super active, but if you just want to, you know, stick around, ask questions, do anything like that, feel free to join. We'd love to have you there. I think that's pretty much it. You can also find us on YouTube, of course. Like we said, just search Spyrothon and we are the first result, which is pretty great. I think that's pretty much everything. So from there, I'm just going to go ahead and say one more time, thank you. And we are going to go host Tet, who is currently running Crash Bandicoot 3, Crash Bandicoot Warped, doing, I think, some any percent. Was that what he was doing?
Yeah, he PB'd in 105, which is awesome. Now he's doing some 90%, probably celebrating.
Nice, yeah. So congratulate him. You know, give him a warm welcome from Spyrothon for us. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Have a good night, everybody.